はい、どうも、おはようございます。岩瀬アキラでございます。さあ、最近ライブ配信が続いておりまして、今日のやつはですね、本当直前にご案内したんで、それこそ何人来るか正直、しかも朝9時だしみたいなね、平日の朝9時からライブをやるというですね、暴挙に出ておりますが、今日はですね、前回直前にやったのがですね、月曜日のやつですかね。ライトランゲージっていう光の歌とか言葉ですかね。を歌ってるエンジェル・エレナさん、イングランドですね。に出てもらってですね、光の歌を歌ってもらったんですけれども、今日も、光の歌つながりということでですね、僕はハマると急にバーって動くタイプなんで、1週間に2人呼んでライブやるというですね、感じなんですが、今日の方はですね、タリーサさんっていう呼び方が難しいんですけど、タリーサさんですね。フロリダに住んでるみたいなんですけど、これもですね、ちょっと宣伝でっていうか、動画のリンク貼ったの見てもらった人どれぐらいかわかんないですけど、あの、エレナさんとはまたちょっと違う雰囲気で、あと楽器をね、すごい使うんですよ。そう、楽器を使う感じでね、で、なんかすごいこうね、柔らかいっていうかね、なんか、全然エレナさんって結構ね、パワフルな感じだと思うんですけど、純粋にピュアな、でもなんか火のエネルギーって言ったらいいのかな。タリサさんはね、なんか水っていうか、風っていうか、なんかこう、ふわーっとした感じ、なんですけど、でも歌ってる時はすごいパワフルな感じで、はい、とてもいいと思ったんで、オファーをしたらいいよってことで。で、しかもさっき話したんですよ。さっきが初会話。さっき20分前ですよ。20分前に初めて会話して、で、20分後に終わってもうライブでやるっていうね。もう風の次第、丸出しって感じなんですけどね。はい。ということで、今スタンバイしていただいてますんでですね、早速、じゃあ入っていただいて、皆さんからのね、Q&A も、取りますんで、はい。ということで入っていただこうと思います。So I will ask Tarita to come in. Hi.
Hi,
Hi there. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So I remember you said you're in Florida, I think.
I'm currently in Florida, yeah.
Okay, so it's not a permanent residence or something. You're just.
I grew up in Florida,
Mhm.
but I've been living in Copenhagen for the past 4 years, and I'm here visiting my family now.
Okay, but so you're originally from Florida and then you visited
I was
Copenhagen.
born in Copenhagen,
Oh,
Denmark. My mom is Danish, and
oh,
then
okay.
grew up here because my dad's American since I was little, grew up here,
Uh-huh.
visiting Denmark a lot. And then 4 years ago, I decided to move to Copenhagen, kind of connect to my Danish roots, and lived there for 4 years, and then now I just moved back with my partner to the States.
Oh, okay. 皆さんね、フロリダ出身というのはさっき聞いてたんですけど、今聞いて分かった通り、コペンハーゲンがもともとの出身みたいですね。デンマークの。あ、そうなんだ。だから、ちょっと名前がね、珍しい名前なんですね。All right, so it's early in the morning in Japan, so I don't know how many people are going to show up right now. It's about 70 people, but I think it's going to grow and it's going to be watched later on, more people. So yeah, but I think live music and singing and listening is really beautiful, especially if you do that in the morning. I mean, it's evening there, but it's in the morning. I think it's more energetically speaking, it's more, vibrating or vibrating. So I thought it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a beautiful way to start the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thank you for doing this for us.
Of course.
うん、向こうは今夜なんですけど、朝からね、こういう光の音楽とか音で、スタートできるっていうのはすごくいいことだと思ったんで、ありがとうございますっていう話をしました。はい。後でね、皆さんからの質問も受け付けているというか、質疑応答もあるんで、答えていきますが、まずはね、自己紹介をしてもらいたいと思ってます。Alright, so we're gonna start from your introduction, so to speak, because I mean, including myself, I don't know much about you. So yeah, can you take us through, where you're from? Obviously, you said about Copenhagen, but what has been going on in your life, and how you met your light language singing, and what do you do right now, etc.
Yeah. So, as I said, I grew up here in Florida, and 4 years ago, I decided to move to Copenhagen, and that's kind of, I feel, where like my spiritual path really started and really activated. Yeah, it was really a new chapter, and it was in that chapter that I discovered light language.
Oh, when you were in Copenhagen.
Yeah, so that's only I guess the last year or so that I've been working with light language from this more spiritual perspective, because I've always kind of been touching base with it. I used it as a child, like kids do, and I actually used it in my music, because I've been writing music since I was 13 and playing music for people and all of that.
How old are you now, by the way?
I'm 23.
23. And you started like singing and playing with the light language at the time already in the 13 years old, you said?
No, so I started writing. My first connection was with music and with my voice, and I always understood my voice to be kind of a tool for healing, and I wrote music with the intention of healing myself, and I was always very aware that that was a container that I could create for other people when I was playing for other people, that it was healing and cathartic. And I did always touch base with light language, but it was much more playful. If I was writing music and I needed some filler words, and I would just make up words, and it came very naturally to me, and I never thought anything of it. It was just this casual thing, and it wasn't until suddenly I was introduced to light language from this very spiritual perspective that a lot of things activated and clicked inside of me, and I started engaging with it from this very kind of conscious place.
Okay, so that sort of a connection happened recently, but you're playing around it without knowing much as a filler for your music for feeling purposes when you were pretty younger age. Is that?
Yeah, and I mean, I think I always loved playing with sounds, and I always loved exploring my voice, and I wasn't engaging with it from this like, oh, this is like a spiritual tool and I'm doing something specific. It was out of kind of playfulness, and it was something that was it came easily to me. It was natural. So then it was like a little over a year ago that I really started using light language from this perspective of it being light language. And when I started doing that is when it really kind of activated me as a channel.
すみませんね、長々と英語で喋っちゃったんですいません。さっき言ったようにね、コペンハーゲンが一番のルーツなんですけど、生まれが。でも、フロリダで育ってるんで、その後に、最近ですよね、4年ぐらい前にコペンハーゲンに戻ったっていう。で、そこら辺でかなり、そのスピリチュアル的な目覚めがあったっぽいんですけど、ただその音楽はずっともうやってたみたいなんですよね。小さい頃から。今彼女23歳って言ってましたけど、13とかね、そのぐらいのぐらいからもう、その自分の、自分はやはりある意味で言うとヒーリングだ。これね、エレナちゃんとちょっと似てるなと思ったんですけど、自分は要は癒すっていう目的で音楽っていうものをよくやってて、で、その音楽の中で、要は、なんていうのかな、それを、補完するっていうか、そこに、挟む言葉っていうかな、要素として、今振り返ればライトランゲージっていうのを使ってたんだけども、その時は分かんなかったっていうか、別にライトランゲージっていうのを分かってやってるわけじゃなくて、これもエレナちゃん一緒ですよね。何やってるか分かんないけど、なんか面白そうだからそう使ってたっていうことで、だけど、4年前にそのコペンハーゲンに帰った時に、要はそこでスピリチュアルなそのつながりで、そのライトランゲージっていうものを知って、で、ここだから1年ぐらいですね、そのちゃんとライトランゲージっていう、その、位置づけで音楽として今みたいにやり始めたのは。So you said it's only about 1 year that you've been doing this kind of a understanding that it's a language and, you know, is that what you said? Is that?
Yeah, so a little over a year ago, I started engaging with it from like, okay, this is light language, and I started exploring it, and I started channeling it, not just like unconsciously, but channeling it consciously, and connecting to kind of all of the realms and dimensions that are connected to that language. And I was already working with music, and working with music, you know, as a tool for healing myself and others. And it just was so natural to just integrate the light language into that. And it was so clear that that's kind of what I was supposed to be doing.
なるほどね。その、要は1年前から、本格的に始めたっていうかね、やってるんですけど、その、違いは何かっていうと、 その意識的に、要は意識的に、その多次元の世界とつながるっていう。で音楽はもともともちろんやってたんですけど、そこにこのライトランゲージを加えることっていうのがすごく自然だったし、でそういうその多次元とつながるっていうことを促進してくれるみたいな要素もあって、そういう意図を持ってちゃんとそういうなんか多次元とつながるっていう意図を持って、ライトランゲージを使い始めたのが、でもまだ1年ぐらいっていうことなんですね。Okay. Wow. So, what do you do right now? Is that what you do? I mean, as for a living? I mean, like you teach or you, I don't know, play in a concert or something? I don't know. What do you do for a living right
Yeah, well,
now?
I'm doing a combination of different things, but all of them right now are involving sound healing and music in the light language. Right now, because I'm traveling, I'm not holding so many like in-person events, but I was when I was living in Copenhagen, I was holding some sound journey spaces with my partner, and now everything's kind of online because I'm moving around. But I do offer like online one-on-one sessions with people and in-person sessions, sound healing sessions, light language healing sessions, also online kind of sound journey events. And something I'm working with a lot is vocal awakening. So it's essentially guiding people to connect with the power and medicine of their voice and support them in activating their own light language. And I'm holding a lot of one-on-one sessions and workshops and kind of guided group journeys with regard to this.
Okay, so that's what you do basically.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. いや、今何してんのかなっていうね、なんか実はサラリーマンとかしてんのかと思って、それはないと思ったんですけど、聞いたら、やっぱセッションをね、ワンオンワンのセッションとか、音を使ったヒーリングとか、あとライトランゲージを使ったヒーリングとか、あとオンラインのイベントとか、あとその、ボーカルアウェイクニングって言い方したの面白いんですけど、多分声を使って覚醒させるみたいなね、そういうことをやってて、ただ基本点々とその旅をしてるみたいですね。So you travel a lot. You travel like around the globe or something, or particular?
Well, right now I'm just in Florida. I'm visiting family. I haven't seen them obviously I haven't been here for like 3 years or something. So we were up north for a while, my partner and we were visiting his family, and then we made our way down here, and I think we're going to be here for a little while and just spending time with my family, and then the plan is to kind of start moving around a little bit. I don't know what it's going to look like exactly. We don't really have plans, but the intention is to travel a little bit more and continue this online.
Any particular place that you want to visit in mind? Any places that you have in mind?
Oh man, there's so many places. A dream right now is to actually get a van and do some road tripping in the States. That's been a dream since I was a little kid. So that's kind of the current dream. I've been in Europe obviously quite a bit, but I haven't actually traveled too much of the States. So I would love to just do that journey.
Okay. その旅してるって言ったんで、なんか世界一周でもしてんのかなと思って聞いたんですけど、今のところ家族がね、もともと地元っていうか、生まれはコペンハーゲンなんだけど、家族ごとフロリダに来て、フロリダが家族がいるところなんで、彼氏がもうパートナーといるって言ってるんですけど、パートナーと一緒に今フロリダにいるんだけども、これからね、バンを借りて、アメリカを横断というかね、一周したいみたいなことを言ったみたいですね。ヨーロッパはなんか多分、コペンハーゲンにね、いたみたいなんで、多分回ったんでしょうね。だからアメリカを横断したいと。Okay, so yeah, we can talk on and on and on, but I think the audience is watching, waiting for your music to come out. So I will let you go ahead and yeah, play some music for us and singing for us.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna mention this quickly because I know that people always ask about it when I play it. This is a Shruti box. It's an Indian reed instrument, so it blows air through reeds in the middle and creates beautiful droning sounds.
さっきもね、ちょっとこの前の話なんですけど、シューリーボックスっていうね、イギリスじゃない、インドの楽器みたいなんですけど、すごいね、コンスタントな音なんですけど、すごいなんか トランス状態にするような音が出るんですよね。空気を吸って、アコーディオンのなんか単調版みたいな感じなんですかね。そういう楽器を使ってやってくれるみたいです。Okay.
Shut
setelah Awyawaku setelah ayah Ya shantara shantara Kaisar Maya maya Awasutu awasu Ayashatru ayau nusuku awas Yaya ushutru ayasa Kayaya usun Kayaya ushutru al Yaya musun Yaya Yaya
Wow. Bravo.
Thank
That was
you.
beautiful. Oh, it's just, you took me to another place.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah. It's exactly what I was wanting to experience this morning. So thank you very much for making that happen.
You're so welcome. It's my absolute pleasure.
Yeah, great. So I think, before we start, we talked about, your chime stuff. Can you wanna do that like for maybe a short amount of time, or you're done enough?
I can do that. I can do some chimes for a few minutes.
Yeah, because I'm interested, because I think I heard that Shuri box before, but I don't think I heard that chiming in your video yet. So yeah, just maybe shorter version, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I use these quite a bit in the sound healing sessions. They're incredibly kind of soothing and peaceful. So
Okay, how's it called? What's it called?
this is called a Zafir chime. They have several kinds of them. I think they're in different seasons. I think this is called like a Sufi. Oh no, this is like crystallized Zafir chimes.
Crystallized Sophie chime. Okay, we'll check that out. Okay, please go ahead. Whoa. Good. That's a totally different type of energy or whatever the flavor. I don't know how you call it, but yeah, it's much different.
Yeah, it's like a little lullaby kind of.
Oh yeah. And in Japan, there is a similar. It's not a musical instrument, but in our tradition, so to speak, from the past, it's called furin. Furin means wind bell, breeze bell, so to speak, or breeze ring bell. Yeah. You put on where the windows or whatever, and whenever the wind blows, it chimes or rings. And
Yeah.
we use that especially during the summertime because it's kind of soothes you. You know, it's even if it's hot, that sound makes you feel like very cooler, so to speak. So that's what we do in Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, I love wind chimes. It's like allowing kind of nature and the winds of nature to play kind
Yeah,
of her
yeah.
own music.
今ちょっと風鈴っていうのはね、日本にありますよって話をして似たようなものでね。さっきね、名前聞いたんですけどね、ちょっと後でちゃんと聞いておきます。なんかね、クリスタル、So, can you, because there was a question about the name of that bell again, but you don't quite.
So it's called a Zafir chime, Zaphir, Zafir.
Zafir.
Yeah, and there are many different kinds. I think there are like 7 kinds, and they're all in different colors. This kind of turquoise blue color is called the crystal-eyed. I think with 2 crystal-eyed. That's the name of it, I think.
Crystal eye, like eyes.
It's
Crystal.
one word, so it's like crystal and then another Lide, I believe.
Oh, crystal-eyed. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I took the label off, so I don't know actually. But that's what I think.
Okay.
But if you look up Zafir chimes, you'll get all the different colors and like tones or scales.
Okay. ザフィアっていう風な、ザフィアチャイムっていうね、言い方してましたね。ZAPHIRE っていうスペルらしいですけど、それがあって、で、7種類ぐらいあるらしいんですけど、でそのうちの1種類が今の、演奏したターコイズ色のやつで、クリスタライドっていう、やつみたいですね、種類としては。ただ、総称としてはザフィアチャイムっていう風な言い方するらしいです。はい。Okay, so yeah, thank you very much again, and we'll take some questions if there is any. I think people are like, kind of carried away and can't really think of any questions, but もしなんか質問があれば受け付けますが、もうみんななんかトランス状態に入ってたらもう質問なんかどうでもよくなったかもしれませんけど、もしなんかあればね、まだ時間ちょっとあるんで。There's a comment like, as she or he listened to your music, remember, the mother that's passed before, and remembering her, memories, and the tears come out, or feel like you're forgiven, and feels a really soothing type of comments coming up. Yeah, so. People are feeling your music, yeah. So there's a question. So do you understand because it says light language, do you sort of understand some of the meaning of it, or there's no any meaning around it?
I think a little bit of both. I think the name light language is kind of misleading because it's kind of a non-language. It's non-linear, and it doesn't belong to the mind, and it actually, I don't believe that it can be fully understood by the mind. To me, it's a heart language. So my heart understands it fully. Sometimes I will get messages. I will get either just a direct knowing message or a visual. And sometimes I will be kind of allowed to peek behind the veil, so to speak, and see really what's going on. But otherwise, I don't actually try to figure out what it is that's coming through specifically. I just kind of surrender to it, and I feel like if I'm supposed to know, I will know, and if not, I just allow them to move through me.
That's a beautiful explanation. Yeah. ライトランゲージっていう言葉がね、なんかちょっとこう、ランゲージって言っちゃってるんで、誤解を招きやすいなというふうに彼女も思ってるみたいで、要は言葉って結局そのマインドで、脳っていうか、自我ですよね。 エゴとか、そういうところで理解するための、ものなんだけども、このライトランゲージはどちらかというと、このハートの言葉っていうか、ハートで理解するようなものだと思ってるんで、要はマインドを超えてるんだという言い方してて、で、とはいえ、何かを感じるものがあるとすれば、その方向性とか、ざっくりとした、あとはビジュアル、イメージ的なものとか、あとはこの見えてない何かをこのね、ビハインドカーテンって言ってましたけど、ちょっと後ろ側、カーテンの奥をちょっと見させてもらえるみたいな、そういう感覚を得ることはあるけども、そもそもあんまりそれを理解しようともしないと言ってましたね。知るべきことは知るし、そのままのフローに任せて、いるっていうような、その感覚がある意味で言うと一番大事なんだろうなっていうことかなと。Okay, thank you. And that was a beautiful answer. Okay. So it's just kind of trivial question, but 棚のは絵ですか？棚 Oh, there's some sort of picture right behind you. Not that red one. That's a picture. Yeah, we can tell. But there's a small one on the shelf. Maybe is that a picture or is?
Oh, those are so I'm in my dad's art studio. My parents are both artists, and this is
Oh,
my dad's art, and those are all his canvases that he's painted. Those are
oh,
all his
okay.
that's all his artwork.
OK 後ろも全部絵みたいなんですけど、お父さんと、てか両親ともに、アーティストっていうことで、お父さんが絵描く人みたいで、全部絵だと、後ろがね。はい。Good. So you're in the artist family. I mean, artist, whatever the blood.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel very blessed to have grown up in a creative
Yeah,
family.
cool. Okay, so another question. So, maybe, he or she is inspired about that language after listening to this, but so if, he or she wants to start language, what step or how, she or he can start from? Where is she
Mm.
start from?
Well, I think that just really tuning into it is really supportive. Um, I believe that we all speak light language. We all have that ability. It's not something that we learn. It's something that we are able to connect to through our heart space. And I think the more we can just actually tune into the frequency of light language, the more we can kind of attune our own frequency to it. So actually just listening to a lot of light language, finding people on the internet, on YouTube, who are sharing transmissions, and finding people that you resonate with, and just actually listening to it, because the more you listen to it, the more it activates you. Also allowing yourself to really explore with your voice, to really feel intuitively into if when your voice wants to make sound, and even following along. If you're listening to a transmission, you might feel called to make sound, and to just really kind of surrender to the intuitive messages your body is giving you.
Beautiful. あのどっからどう説明しようかな。そもそも、ライトランゲージって呼ばれてるものですよね。それっていうのは、みんなもそもそも持ってるし、喋れるもので、だからそこの要するに周波数に自分が合わせるっていう、チューンインするっていうことをすればよくて、で、そういう時に結局ハートにつながること、さっきハートの言葉って言ってましたけど、要するに頭っていうよりもこのハートにつながる感じですよね。で、結局そのライトランゲージの先にあるものは本当自分自身の周波数なんですよと。いうことで、だからそのきっかけとして、自分自身の周波数につながるきっかけとしてライトランゲージは使えるんだけども、とにかくライトランゲージやってる人たくさんいるんで、聞いてくださいと。今回ね、僕エレナさんと、あとこのタリサさんっていうのを知ったんですけど、他にもね、やっぱ調べるとたくさんいるんですよ、結構上げてる人が。だからその自分に合う、フィーリングが合う人のを聞いて、で、それを聞くだけでまずはその自分の中の、自分の周波数につながるようなライトランゲージっていうものがアクティベートされてきて、で、あとは実際の自分の声ですよね。自分の声を、もっと、自分も出してみて、自分も感じるっていうことをやる。だからこうやって例えば、今日みたいに大志さんがやってる時に、自分もちょっとついて真似して、ちょっと声出してみるみたいな。続けて、シャドーイングじゃないですけどね。 そうやって言って、で、あとはそのサレンダーって言ってましたけど、もうとにかく自分のその直感とか、自分が内側で感じることに委ねていくっていう、その声とともにですね。そういうのをやっていけば、できるんじゃないでしょうかと。Great, thank you. I'll do that myself. Thank you. So I'll take probably one more question. Okay, so probably this can be answered in the answer that you already answered, but what can the regular people, I don't know what the regular people means, but regular people can transcend the mind. What can we do to sort of really go beyond the mind, in your opinion?
Yeah. Well, I think, practices like meditation are incredibly supportive.
Hmm.
Practices where we can learn to step out of the mind for longer and longer periods of time. But also creativity. I think anything that allows you to tap into that flow state, which is really, creativity and channeling light language, they're so similar because it's all the same kind of channeling state. It's allowing yourself to be emptied and be filled with something higher than you, whether it's inspiration or divine codes or whatever it is. So I think being creative, allowing yourself to pursue creativity, whether it's through dance or music or drawing or cooking or whatever it is that allows you to enter that state of flow and connection, is incredibly powerful. And it really, I feel, it brings you into the body and it brings you into the heart space, and it also reconnects you kind of to the immensity of all that is, and to source, and kind of the portal of creation itself.
Right. 質問でね、マインドを超えたいという、多分多くの人はそう思ってると思うんですけど、まず1個はよくあるのは、瞑想ですよね。僕はプライミング瞑想っていうのをやってますけど、普通の瞑想っていう、完全に呼吸だけに集中するような、奥さんがやってるマインドフルネス瞑想みたいなのもいいと思うんですけど、いずれにしても、瞑想は多分、誰でもできる。その時だけは、思考っていうかマインドから外れられるっていうことで有効でしょうねと。で、もう一個、多分こっちの楽しいっていうかね、やり方としては、そのクリエイティビティですよね。特にアートが分かりやすいと思うんですけど、そのアートの表現をやると。そういう時っていうのは、いわゆるこのフローとかチャネリングステートってよく言ったりしますけど、その自分を超えた何か大きいものとやっぱつながるっていうかね、そういう時って。そういう時間、音楽でもいいし、踊りでもいいし、絵を描くでもいいし、あと料理。僕なんか料理するの好きですけどね。料理してると結構棒が状態なんで、僕、もう料理するでもいいですけど、でもそういう時間を結局たくさん持てば持つほど、いいんで、なんか慣れていくんですよね。そういう状態にね。なので、クリエイティブエクスプレッション、アーティスティックエクスプレッション、アート的な表現ね、をたくさんやるといいんじゃないかと。Right, thanks. Well, just take another. Your time is okay. Maybe just take another one. One more question. Is
Yeah,
it okay? Okay.
absolutely.
So what can you describe your state of being when you are singing or doing that your stuff? Can you describe any way?
Yeah, it is always a little different. It is definitely the frequency in my body definitely raises a lot. I can get quite lightheaded, usually not during, but like the second I'm done, I can feel almost a little lightheaded sometimes as my body is adjusting to these higher frequencies. It is, I mean, it's like being filled with energy. Not in a negative way, obviously in a very positive way. Um, it's always a feeling of deep contentment, like just being completely in connection with everything and being able to perceive how connected everything is, and it really feels like being, allowing this, whether it's my higher self or this source energy, to just move through me, and no longer being kind of in my ego or in my body. I still am very aware of my body, and I'm still actually aware of what's going on around me. So in that way, it feels also very normal. It doesn't necessarily feel like crazy or weird. But the more that I work with it, the more sensitive I get to these higher vibrations, and the more I can open my channel up to higher vibrations and higher frequencies. But it's such a joyful experience, and it's so heart opening, and it really feels like being home, like being connected back to really my soul and my truth, and also feels kind of like being a kid again, like just being in that pure state of being where you're just connected to everything, and you're not controlling or censoring any part of yourself.
Wow, you're really good at expressing or explaining those things.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's really easy to understand and relate to. Yeah. どういう状況、これ結構ね、説明するのすげえ難しいと思うんですよ、本当は。僕だったら多分、いや、なんかなんとなくよくわかんないけど気持ちいいみたいなね、なると思うんですけど、すごい説明が上手だなと思ったんですけど、まず周波数がね、まず当然ですけど、すごい上がって、で、頭がすごい軽くなってる感じがするって、言ってて、で、あとはすごいこのポジティブなエネルギーで体がもう全身が満たされるみたいなね、そういう感じで、で、あとはこれはね、なんか面白いなと思ったんですけど、全てが全部繋がってるっていう感覚を得るっていう言い方しましたね。なんか周りの全てのものが繋がってるんだって、ワンネスですよね。その感じを深いところでこのなんか感じてじわーっとくるみたいな、そういう感覚で、あとは宇宙っていうか、オールザットイズってバシャーとか言ってますけど、ソースエネルギーでもいいですけど、それがこの自分の体を通って流れてってるって言ったら、自分の体を通っていってるっていう感覚。で、普通そういうのって全部、今言ったようなことってかなり言っちゃってるような感じ、なんかクレイジーな感じに思うかもしれないけど、でもすごい体も感じてるから、だからちゃんとなんだろうな、グラウンディングされてるっていうか、体も感じながらでもそういうすごい状態になってるっていう、感じなのと、で、あとはね、面白い表現だなと思ったのが、なんだろうな。要はすごくそういうトランスなんだけども、ホームに帰ってきた、自分の家に、実家に帰ってきたような、そういう感じをするっていうね、面白いですよね。すごい飛んでんのに、なんか、実家に帰ってきた、家に帰ってきたような感じがするっていう感覚だとか、で、あとは子供に戻ったような、ピュアな感覚っていう、何かをコントロールしなきゃっていう感じじゃない自由な感じっていうことでしたと。All right. Thank you very much. And I think we've been out here long enough, 43 minutes past. So I think we'll wrap up. But yeah, thank you again. And is there anything you want to say to the audience or announce to the audience before we take off?
Well, I just want to say thank you to you for like providing this space and this container, and with the other videos and interviews that you're doing with other people. And I think it's super beautiful that you are creating a container for this beautiful language, this tool to be kind of brought to people's awareness. So thank you for that.
Okay. こういうね、場所を作ってくれてありがとうと、ライトランゲージっていうのはね、ちょっと始まる前にも話してたんですけど、最近なんかやっぱりそれに興味を持つ人が増えてきてるみたいで、そういうふうに、こういうふうにまた紹介して、そういうライトランゲージの輪をね、広げてくれててありがとうということでした。Okay. So thank you again, and yeah, there's a comment like, please do this again. So maybe if other time, if you feel like doing it again, you're super welcome to do it anytime you want.
Absolutely, I would love to.
Yeah, just let us know. So yeah, thank you again, and have a great evening over there.
You as well.
Okay, so I'll let you take off. I will wrap up with the Japanese, so I will sign you off.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye. はい、ということで、ありがとうございました。皆さんね、朝っぱらから、非常にいい感じだったんじゃないかと思いますね。アーティストなのに、なんか言葉の説明もなんかね、うまいなと思いましたよね。なんかね、非常に。いやー、よかったですね。音楽ね、やりたいですね。音楽できたらいいな、みたいなね、感じですけども。 まあ、でも別に楽器もあれずっとただこうビーンってやってるだけだから、楽譜とか別にあるわけじゃないんで、やろうと思ったらできそうなね、気もしないでもないですけど。はい。ということで、ありがとうございました、皆さん。最後に宣伝というかお知らせというか、来週の月曜日に、エササニ星人ライオクの本が、出ますということと、あと、直前にね、一応、ちょっとまだ返事来ないんですけど、直前にライオクと、タイラーか、と僕、3人か、2人ですけど3人。で、ライブを YouTube でまたやることになりましたんで、発売直前記念みたいな感じで。よかったら、ぜひそちらも参加してください。LINE の方にね、こちらの方に、こちらっていうか、LINE に登録してる人は LINE の方に、ご案内しますんで、いち早く。はい。そんな感じですかね。はい。本のね、大学の本の専用 LINE がありますんで、発売の。動画の下に多分リンクあると思うんで、もし入ってない人がいれば、そちらに入っていただけると全部情報が流れてくるんで、ぜひぜひ、登録しておいてくださいと。ということでございました。ありがとうございます。それでは、良い一日をお過ごしくださいませ、皆様。さよなら、ありがとうございます。